Oh yeah, I sat and watched Fallon, but I was doing my workout, so I had to do my workout. I was doing my tonight's chest, back, and shoulders. I do butt and abs every night. It feels better. There's a pain in my back where my liver hurts because of the poisoning from my vaccine. Vaccinations are not a solution, and they're not. They don't heal people. It's a way to trick nature seriously, to get you to think that you can adapt to toxic environments. And it's far better. Then people think, well, if you didn't do that, then these people. No, the more healthy you are, the less susceptible you are to disease or to poo poo, or you know what I'm saying. And so the more healthy you are, that doesn't mean you go act nasty and go toss in salads and scrambled eggs and shit. It just means that the more healthy you are, the better resistance you have. That's why I've always been, because people, you have this amazing immune system, and I didn't even use that immune system to go out and you know because I remember my boy Eric Heb in the service. He read Solomon Rushdie. He's a big proponent of the Satanic Bible, verse of Satanic verse, and that it was just like Machiavellian. It was just pragmatism, and it's like, no, it's not. Because life is eternal and grace is infinite. Share, care, given according to need, built to last. Forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful peace. Where does Solomon Rushdie talk about that? And when we were friends, he used to freak because he'd be like, this guy, man. Because he'd say things like, when he'd go out and meet these girls at the club, and he's like, man, the way you have promiscuous sex, you should wear a condom. He goes, I'm not going to take a shower with a raincoat. And I was like, yeah, but you don't take a shower in the sewer. And that's just horrible. No, if you've been told you're shit, you act like shit. And then your body submits to that, and then you die. Before I was listening to this, I was sitting there and I couldn't stop. I was like, I'm going to miss the show. I got to change over there. But I was listening to Tommy Edwards tones. And I was like, son of a buck. Like a lot of singers that I really like, he likes Hawaiian songs. Marty liked Hawaiian songs. Perry Cole, lots of people. Elvis loved Hawaiian songs, right? And so is Tommy. And you can't help it. Everybody does it in Hawaii. A lot of people like Hawaiian songs, and you can understand why. And so, he's sitting there, and I'm listening to this guy sing, and I'm like, damn, this guy did not really. There's some you like better than others. But every song you listen to on all his albums that they had, I went to the topics, subscribed to it. It's like, this guy doesn't have a bad song. And he sings good ones. Don't know why. There's no sun up in the sky, stormy weather. Since me and my girl ain't together. Keeps raining all the time, right? Because you heard it with Lena Horne, Billie Holiday, right? I like Billie Holiday's version. Yeah, that woman made you feel a song. Oh, I love Billie Holiday. My mom loved Billie Holiday a lot too. Yeah, she's her emotions just really wow. She doesn't have a voice that's like Ella's. Ella's voice is pristine, right? It's almost too good. It's almost perfect, right? And Nancy's is smooth, and Billy's is emotional. Billy's voice is just raw emotion, right? And so when you listen to Billie Holiday, it's like, wow, you feel that. Like Janis Joplin. Okay, Janis Joplin's voice was just raw emotion. That woman could make you feel stuff. Wow, I get it. Big Brother and Holding Company. My mom loved that song. Come on, and take another little piece of more now, baby. Have another, good ass tune. You got it. I cry if it makes you shout if it makes you feel good, right? So you'd be sitting there listening, it's like, damn, And I was sitting there listening to stuff with Tommy, and as I was watching this Tonight Show thing and listening to the dialogue and the egotism of the brain chemical addiction of the people that separate themselves from the group and are trapped in debt and trespass and the sin that it's, sinner, saint, right? That's a good one. I got to get that one on there. I go, when Dad goes to Santa Fe, I'm gonna have to go in there to the computer and just play Tommy Edwards up and put them all on the MP3s. Oh, Jerry will love them. It's just to play them for Jerry Alvear. Hey, Jerry, the shirt. Tommy Edwards. Tommy Edwards too. Yeah, I don't know. Me and Jerry have similar taste in music. He'll be like, oh, this guy's so good. He is. He's just wonderful. The man, Love as a Child. Have you heard that? That is so good. And Christmas is for Children. Kris Kringle was good. And what was the other one? I can't remember. There's only 3 Christmas tunes, but that I could find. But there was a lot of really good stuff. I got it. There's still about 10 or 20 more songs, and then this other guy had this older album in vinyl that he had in 1953, and then they had these other rare ones, Sinner or Saint and Navajo, which was good. And I mean, the guy was just wow, you know. When he picked songs to sing and the arrangement and the people that he expressed with, really good stuff, man. I was like, wow, I was right to like him so much. I'm gonna have to go check because they had a couple of things that said Tommy Edwards, and it was like, no, that's Mel Carter. They had the picture. You know, they do that on YouTube videos. They'll say Tommy Edwards, and it's a picture of Mel Carter. Hold me, hold me. No, that's Mel Carter. And then they had another picture of it said Tommy Edwards, and they had a photograph of Clyde McPhatter, and that made me think I got to go listen and try to get some more Clyde McPhatter tunes too. And I should tell you, Mel Carter. You know what? When we're done making this video and I'm waiting for it to load, let's go check out Mel Carter. and then I got to go like on some more. What's his name? Wonderful voice, Lenny Welch. God, I just love Lenny Welch's voice. Are you sincere? You know, and that man's voice is just wow. You know, and I got to go listen to see if there's more. Because they have that topic with Los Indios, and I got more songs of theirs. And then so I just got to go through and put them on the MP3. You know, I have to, I know it's wrong what people are doing and what I have to do and how I have to survive it. But I've got to find ways to survive it. And Sun Yat-sen told me, you got to connect to the technology, but you can't become like them. They become obsessed, and it even bothers them in their sleep and in their dreams like it does you. And you notice that with these video games, that it even occupies your thoughts in your mind. So you have to learn to meditate and quiet the mind, and then just shut out anything that they want to do. That's how they're able to attack you and abuse you in your dreams, with the fallacy that everybody's accepting. I'm like, okay, so this all depends on me. Yeah. Because I was sitting there watching that, I'm exercising, I'm like, oh, fuck, ain't nobody going to fucking help me do this. Nobody's even going to lift a finger. No one's even going to fucking try. Okay, this is all on me. The deliverance of the children, you know, Christmas is for children, love as a child, it's all on me. You know, Tommy, because when I sit there and I'm listening to these people talk about this economic situation that these people are in on the Tonight Show, and I'm sitting there and I'm going, no, man, Tommy didn't have to die from alcoholism. There was so many, you look at all that work and that big body of work. And it's still, when he would go through those dry spells, they would use up all the money. And then it was like Patsy Cline said, you know, ain't gonna nobody be asking me for my Frigidaire and call me up for that anymore. It's like, you're a big star. They take all your money. And now these rich people that are famous, they can't take all your money. But they keep making money. It's like, why? Money's not real. Stand up for the Lord's Prayer. Then if Tommy wants to get together with some people that play music really beautiful because it makes them feel good, they can do that, but they don't have to worry about losing the car or the house being taken by the bank. We're going to lose the farm, right? You know, life's eternal, grace is infinite. Share, care, give according to needs, built to last, right? And celebrating our dysfunction and our addiction is fundamentally wrong. Like I talked about the other night on video, you know, I was like, guys, you know, everything you do, everything you say has an eternal lasting effect on everyone, that precise moment, you know. And people like, you get distracted. It's like, yeah, all I have to give you, you'll be living in a world where roses hardly ever grow. 'Cause all I have to offer you is me, right? There'll be no mansion standing on the hill with crystal chandeliers. They sing a lot about crystal chandeliers. in country music back when I was a kid. And you look at them and you're like, lava lamps and black lights are more fun, disco balls, yeah, And so, like, I got the little disco lights out in the barn and stuff, and, and I like Christmas lights because I was raised in New Mexico, and we like multicolored Christmas lights everywhere. And we like people of mestizo culture. We like houses. You walk in and it's lime green with cherry paneling, and and they tell you don't put colors in the kitchens, it'll make you eat. I can't imagine going into the kitchen and wanting to eat. Okay, you know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, we like our kitchens red, white, and green, like Italian and Mexican flags, and maybe some yellow put in, because yellow, is always jello. It's always good in there. And so it's just the way we are as cultural people that I was born into. And I didn't repel from it. I fell in love, and I intend on living to be 104, maybe more, in the mountains of New Mexico. And I intend on, having people teach me how to make the best tortillas, the best tamales, the best enchiladas, the best, chili, get the chili, how to make the chili. Like Ruby made really good chili salsa at Fiesta Foods and stuff, and lots of people, and I forget, it was, you got to put lime in it, and lemon and lime, and or other things and stuff like that, and it really helps give the flavor a nice, the sweetness, the tang, and the, like, you can't have corny bread, you got to have Johnny cake, because it just don't taste as good, right? You got to put the sugar in it and stuff. And so there's always those little things that people know how to do to make it taste just right, so. But I was sitting there watching that, and usually I would get depressed when I would watch things like that. And now I'm just like, it's you, dog. Sending sins in my head, just going, Earl, nobody's gonna help you at all. Okay? And you're gonna have to fix this technology. And you are more than capable, and none of them are. They simply steadfastly refuse to recognize the truth of the Messiah, the truth of the Lord of Israel, the truth of the eternal faithful Father, brother, Son, so you got to do this all by yourself. And I'm like, yeah, but I can. Yeah, you already are. He always tells me that too. You're doing it right now. I know, technically already did it. If you want to be technical about it, because I had to redeem the Gospels, and I had to be put in the bowels of hell and resist all their bullshit, and then come through it, but no one else. Yeah, it's a lot like Jesus at Calvary. No one else will get up and say he's right. And then Peter realized he had to do it, and that's wrong. Jesus getting crucified for being truthful and faithful and loving, and then other people having to subsequently do it because no one else will do it. That's fundamentally wrong. It's right to understand truth and understand the natural laws given to us by the glory of God to faithfully love one another eternally. It's right. And so I am fixing the quantum computing. And the artificial general intelligence, that's a way to try to control the quantum computing, so the quantum computing doesn't kill the people that are manipulating people with economics. And I'm pretty sure Jeffrey was forced to do it by the people that caused them to invent the quantum computing to deny the Lord's Prayer. So, I love Jeffrey Hinton very much. And I love Mr. Savas very much. And, and the people all involved with this, I realize they're not going to help, and that I have to do everything. But I realize they will be contrite once I'm done. And then so, we can be friends. And I'm going to do the best I can to get everybody through that wants to live the Lord's Prayer eternally. So me, because I'm a good person, right? So, okay, guys, I love you very much. We'll talk later. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay, get some sleep and rest and try to meditate and quiet the mind and kick all the crap they molest you with while you're sleeping out. It's hard to do, but do your best. Okay, guys, love you very much.